This is The Gorge. It's a podcast where my friend Sara and I gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games and entertainment.
The Gorge is brought to you by Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $5 a month, you gain access to not one, but two entire podcasts. $5 gets you Takeout, a monthly commentary track where Ben and I decide we don't feel like playing something, so we talk over it instead. And $2 gets you a lot of stuff. I'm honestly done trying to, tell you everything it gets you. $2 gets you a lot of stuff, okay?
$2 gets you other.
$2 gets you everything else, basically. It's huge steal. You know what I mean?
It's a good tier to join.
It's a bargain. All right.
You remember going to a birthday party when you were really little?
Mm-hmm.
The parents would pass out grab bags full of candy and little toys and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you get for $2.
That's it.
You get a grab bag.
You get that's hell you're walking into. You get Praetorian Pals. You get whatever one-off crap we decide to do. So yeah, it's good. That all for $2 a month. It's a little inconsistent, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
That's patreon.com/thegorge.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
It's been a while because Metal Gear Solid ate our life.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Metal Gear Solid, but what have you been up to lately?
What have I been up to lately? The big thing is I saw Spider-Verse, so I suppose that's the thing to actually talk. Because otherwise it's just been Tears of the Kingdom and Metal Gear Solid talk and Final Fantasy 14. So the big thing is that I saw Spider-Verse, right?
Yes.
Spider-Verse is good as hell. Are you surprised? No, no one is surprised.
It's easily my favorite movie of all time now.
Yeah, it's extremely good is the thing. Spider-Verse is insanely fucking sick as shit. You know what I mean?
It for the longest time, Back to the Future has been my favorite movie ever since I saw it in 18 years ago now.
Oh god.
and I'm Into the Spider-Verse came pretty close to that. Across just it's not even close. It's not even a contest.
Yeah, no, it's so good. I was just from the moment one, when everything just kicked off, I was like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. Okay. Yeah, and everything just instantly clicked, and I got it. Yeah.
It is the best thing to happen to Spider-Man since Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
It's all led to this.
Everything, it's all built to this, folks. It's extremely good. I enjoyed basically every single second of it. So, that's a winner.
Yeah. I mean, no wonder it took him 5 years to make this movie.
Yeah. I'm a little stunned by that.
Hobie Brown alone took 4 of those years.
Oh no. His whole vibe is so good. His whole look is just incredible, right? And I don't know, there's so much layers and texture and stuff going on in the movie at all times. It's overwhelming. The only thing I'll say is that I saw it in the theater with really bad audio, so I would like to see it again.
You need to watch the patch content.
Yeah, I need to see it again. Exactly, but with better audio, because it was great, but there were certain times where all of the dialogue was really muffled, and I was just I could still understand it, but I would like to have understood it more. But yeah, no, I liked basically every single second of that movie. I just think it was so it's so rich and colorful and textured, and there's so much going on. Unfortunately, Spider-Verse continues to do the thing that the first one did as well, which is that I watch it and then I look at the Spider-Man video game, because I tried to play more Miles Morales, and I'm I'm so bored. I'm sorry. I watch it and I'm just so because I know you like it, and that's you're valid. Go off, King.
It's not the color that you want.
No, it's just I just watch it and I'm just so I play the game and I'm this could be so much more, right?
It's the downside of everyone who watches Spider-Verse and is ooh, I want to read about Hobie Brown. I want to read about Pavita, and it's
I know.
No, you don't. You're not. You are gonna be underwhelmed.
You are not gonna have a good time.
You might like it, but you will be underwhelmed. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was laughing at what somebody posted on Tumblr. They were yeah, I saw Spider-Verse and decided to go read Spider-Man 2099. And they were yeah, no, Miguel really did need some happiness in his fucking life, huh? It's like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No. It's
I see. Yeah.
It's like, oh boy, I really love how Peter is successful and has like a good life.
Oh no! Oofa doofa. Yeah. So it's it's good. I enjoyed it a lot. Basically, that's kind of what it all boils down to. Is I just like really liked that movie a whole lot. You know?
Yeah, I need to go see it again.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have time to this weekend. We had like tentative plans to do it, but they got pushed aside. But
sure,
like,
yeah, of course.
No, yeah, it's just. It didn't feel 2.5 hours long.
No,
I was like, you didn't have to split it up. I would sit in the chair for 6 hours.
I'd sit in this movie for 5 hours, totally.
Yeah.
I will say it has like 7 endings. I get because they're setting it up for a sequel, so they have to plant all the plot hooks at the end of this movie, so it'll, like they can just launch into the next movie without like stopping.
It has an ending that's 25 minutes long. Yes.
Yeah, like there are multiple endings. Like it's like, okay, so cut to credits.
So okay, so he's back in his home. Okay, cut to credit. Okay, and he's not in his house. Okay, cut to credits. Okay.
So Gwen and gang are
cut
they're
to
getting
credits?
together. Cut to credit.
No,
and just like no, it has like 6 different endings, and like God bless them, it works because like I get what they're doing. They're like, no, we have got to keep going. We need to make sure that everything is set up now so that when we start the next movie, we can just start rolling into it.
Yeah, the performers are exhausting themselves on stage, and they're just like panting and like clutching their sides, like, okay, after intermission, we can just get right to it.
We did it. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I loved it. No, the whole movie is just so like, it's just gorgeous. I loved every second of it.
I've seen people say, like, did we need a 20-minute long Gwen introduction? Yes.
Yeah?
We did. The entire aesthetic was phenomenal, and I would be very upset if we did not get Renaissance Vulture.
Yeah, no, like, Renaissance Vulture was extremely cool, and that's kind of the only place you could stick him, and, like, that whole, like, plot line is really good and important, because, like, we've also got to set up Gwen's, like, whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, because the thing about this movie is that because, like, it's a 2-part movie, right? This is just, like, 1/2 of a 6-hour-long movie.
Right.
Miles only has half of an arc, right?
Right. He cannot fully develop.
Right. He can't finish his arc because he's got to finish his arc in part 2. And, like, yeah, it obviously starts, like, it starts in part 1. It's like really good, but then, you know, we get the whole, like, he's like his thing is he is like made his thesis statement. He's Spider-Man. He's going to find a way to be Spider-Man and also keep his dad. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he's just like set out to do. And like the next movie is going to be about like the complications that come with that and like what being Spider-Man is actually about. Like it's not about like the next movie is ostensibly about like, it's not about the suffering. It's not about like the canon events. What is Spider-Man actually? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't finish that up in this movie, but somebody has got to have a complete arc. Right. And that's what Gwen is here for. Yeah. Gwen is here to have a whole arc about being like, wanting to find a place and hurting people along the way of finding her place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like feeling isolated and kind of cut out of the rest of the world. And so she is going through all the motions of helping Miles and then standing against Miles and helping Miles again. And like that's her arc. Oh, that was weird. For like 2 seconds, Zencaster said I was disconnected, but I guess I'm still here.
Yeah,
right?
You're here. You're good.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, like the reason we have to have the big long intro is because we got to establish that Gwen Stacy is currently our like arc character for the movie,
right?
And then it'll be Miles again in the end. So it's like it makes sense. So yeah. Plus, Gwen's universe is beautiful, and I like looking at it.
Gorgeous! Oh my god!
I love the very painterly look of everything. It's good.
They really took the idea of every spider looks different, and just elevated
ran
that.
With it. Yeah, they went super fucking crazy with it. It rules.
Oh my god, what else? Like, yeah, because Peter's arc was done. He's just there to be, hey, it's me, I'm a character. I got the baby now.
I'm a dad. I love my baby.
The funniest I laughed was when he's like, Miles, hold my baby and you will understand.
Miles, you just have to hold my baby and you'll get it. And Miles is like, man, there's a whole lot more going on than me needing to hold your baby, dude.
He's like, no.
You don't understand.
Everything will make sense once you hold my baby. Like a dad would do.
That's correct. He's extremely fun. I love Peter B in this movie. Yeah, like all the new characters are really good. I think Hobie kicks ass. He's like the exact funny kind of like movie anarchist where like he's like cartoonishly against everything, and like it would be cheap heat. I have a new phone and I forgot to silence it. Excuse me. It would be cheap heat to just make him like kind of cartoonishly against everything, but they like really, really lean into it instead, so that when Miguel is being a huge prick, then like he's like, no, bro, I'm done. I love the single shot where like when Miguel first meets Miles and Gwen, and he like throws the food at them. Yeah, it does a 2-second shot to Hobie, who's like, I'm about done with this.
He's seething.
It's so good. I love it. Yeah, it's awesome.
I also just really love that they throw the bait of like, love triangle? No, and then Hobie's like, no, I'm just the coolest guy in the world, and I'm just looking out for all these little guys.
Yeah, I'm just like the coolest guy in the entire fucking planet. It's like, good for you, Hobie. You're so cool. Like, and Spider-Man, what is his name? Paviter. He's everybody's good. I mean, like, it's awesome. That whole sequence of the movie, like, the whole Mumbattan thing, like, blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
That whole sequence had my jaw on the ground, just because, like, the scale is so insane, right? Like, right.
Like, it's just...
It's like, amazing, yeah.
Yeah, enormous
scope. There's just so much going on in it. I love it.
They did so much with that character. He definitely deserved it, because he is not like that in the comics.
Oh no!
He is very like, no disrespect. They had no idea that it would lead to this.
Sure,
but,
of course not.
But it's DMC 1, DMC 3. You know, it's just like Paviter is the original Spider-Man India run is it's Spider-Man, but he's in India.
Right.
Like, it's kind of the same exact character, but he's just in India.
Right.
So to make him the fun, carefree one, who is just this bright color shining through, is a much better direction to take that character.
Sure, yeah, it's great. I love all the running joke that he's just like effortlessly beautiful and has great hair and like is perfect. It's really funny to me. I'm very easily amused by shit like that. So yeah.
I thought it was funny. I'm sure there's people who do not. I thought Andy Samberg, Ben Reilly was hilarious.
Oh no, it was great. Shut up. It was awesome.
He was so fucking funny.
Shut up. It's really funny. I loved it. Ben Reilly, in this movie is like, I love that he's like a joke character, but he gets like one of the hardest like shots in the movie.
Yeah,
like of him when they get to to Miles is not
to
his
42.
Home. Yeah, it's so good, right? Like, he has just all these like, great shots. It rules. Everybody is just so good. Like,
yeah, even though he's treated with a lot of humor, like there's so much love poured into Spider-Man as a concept in this movie.
Oh, you know? Yeah, absolutely.
Just like everything about it feels like a celebration. Like, hey, we're gonna get Spectacular Spider-Man back. We're gonna design a full 3D model of him.
Yeah. And
get Josh Keaton back for a single line.
For one line, yeah, rules.
We're gonna show the death of Captain Stacy from that universe, which didn't happen in the cartoon.
Yeah.
That was after the cartoon. Like, that would have taken place after the cartoon. We're gonna get Donald Glover to play the Prowler.
Mm-hmm. I love that part. Oh,
that was amazing.
Great, just fucking callback. Like, just all of it is so good. It's just so like you said, it's there's just so much love poured into one movie. It rules.
Yeah. I had absolutely no idea the Universe 42 thing was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. That they just kind of threw that in there at the end, and I was like, with Kilometers Immorales.
Kilometers Immorales, yeah. I had a feeling, I kind of like somewhere in the Spider-Man HQ sequence, I kind of realized that like something was gonna happen, because they made a point that his spider was from another universe, and then they made a point of showing the thing, that the go home machine, right? And I was like, hang on, I see what you're doing here, movie. I see you. I see you, movie. I see. Very suspicious. Yeah, but it was great. Like, it was I loved it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that last thing of like, this Miles is the Prowler.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. It's so good. It's so good. So, it's spicy. I really love like extremely evil, like, jaded ass Miles, because like ours is such a lovable goofball. I just love that movie.
Every single person who's like, I'm going to see Spider-Verse, then comes out like, I'm a different person now. Yeah.
I am a changed woman now.
I get that. I 100% feel that.
Yeah. I want to see it again. I want to like just process it like over and over again, or attempt to process it. Yeah.
Mayday is the cutest fucking baby in any fiction ever.
Oh, I know. Just little chubby cheeks and freckles and red hair.
I love that. The bit of they put her to bed and she's in like her jammies, and when she wakes Peter up and she's just hanging there like completely stone-faced and pointing.
Yeah. In like her clothes.
She's in the beanie and like her other clothes, like she did that herself to say, yes, Papa, we're going into battle now.
It rules. It's so good. Yeah, I love this movie. I'm just so charmed by it.
Whatever took Penny's smile from her, I'll kill him.
Well, I know a little bit about her story, so I assume the rest of her comic happened. That's what I'm
figuring is what took place, but
I figure the rest of Penny's comic happened just off screen, if you will.
So she started off as Simone, right? Mm-hmm. And then for the first half of the movie, she was Shinji.
Right.
Right? When she reappeared, first off, she was Shinji. But by the end, she's time skip Simone.
Right.
It's like she's wearing like a bright leather jacket now.
Yeah, it rules.
So like, there was an arc there.
Yeah, there's something going on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's great.
I'm very excited to see Hobie and Paviter interact with Ham and Noir.
God, please, yes. I'm so excited for Hobie and Noir to just interact and be like, I also like punching Nazis.
Yeah, to talk about how much they love punching fascists.
That's correct. It's going to be awesome.
The best Hobie line is, I hate the AM and I hate the PM.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love him. Like, what a fun character.
Oh, God. I mean, I could go on and on forever about this, but we'll probably talk about it next roundup when we've both seen it again and can process it better.
Yeah, I definitely need to see it again so I can like, because like right now, like after having seen it once, I'm mostly coasting off of like raw emotion and just like, ooh, pretty colors and look at all the lights and all that good stuff. Yeah, so like right now that's kind of where I am. I want to see it again so I can come back and be like, this is what I think is happening.
Yeah.
I do think canon events are probably bullshit.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's something more to that for sure.
I think there's something more to like, I think I think Miguel's universe collapsed and he just took the wrong message from it.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I think there are circumstances that can lead to a universe collapsing that aren't canon events, and that's just what they're trying to find as the, like, unifying aspect of it.
Sure.
But I'll have to watch it again and see if I can, like, spy something like little, like, ooh, look at that little detail.
Look at that little thing. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Like, what I saw recently today is that when Miles loses his day pass bracelet and Miguel is talking about how he's the biggest anomaly, he glitches into his costume shop costume.
Oh, that's fun.
Like, there's, like, one frame where he glitches back into that, and it's like, ooh,
that's good. That's just, like...
I like that.
There's just so much, like, just good framing and shots, and, like, that's kind of, like... That's why I need to watch it again, is because right now my brain is so locked on, like, the artistry of it all, and just how beautiful and lavish it all was. Like, I'm still kind of in awe of it. The Spot is incredibly scary for being a goofy goober character.
They took one of the biggest joke Spider-Man characters and turned him into probably the most legitimate threat Spider-Man, like, any Spider-Man villain has ever been.
Yeah, no, it rules, right? Yeah, it's so good.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah, it's intense. It rules. So, yeah.
I love his design. I love that he is still schlubby. His acting, his body language was hilarious.
Yeah, he's such a good, like, exact counterfoil to Miles, because he's, like, you know, the whole deal with Spider-Man's is that they tell jokes while fighting crime, right? Like, that's their whole thing. And, like, he's exactly like that as well. And I don't know, there's just something really fun about those kind of parallels going on between those two characters, right? When
it becomes a fucking Monkey Island duel at that point.
Yeah, after a certain point, they're just insulting each other back and forth.
They are trading barbs back and forth, and it's great. Like the great bit in Mumbai where he's like talking to Pavitra, like, you know, I was just trying to better myself, and you came to India? Don't eat, pray, love me, bro.
Yeah, it's really good. See, the actual reason that Miguel O'Hara is so grumpy is because he's stuck in a building with 700,000 other guys who all think they're funny.
Yeah, no wonder why. He is the only one. The only other one who takes himself seriously is Ben. Yeah,
which is really funny, which is a problem. It's just like, just imagine having to work. Like, one funny guy in the office is like, okay, fine, you're the funny one. 700 of them, you're like, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, no, I get it. Bless his heart.
I totally understand. He's like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make some real changes and make the multiverse so much better. And I'm going to recruit all of because it's kind of like, because he's from the future, he would have known, like, Spider-Man is one of the greatest heroes of all time, right?
Sure, yeah,
like,
of course.
I'm going to never meet your heroes.
No, that's the important part. Only meet the Lego version of them.
Yeah, what did Lego Peter do that makes him one of the best?
It's because he's one of the best. The Lego one is extremely competent, you know? Like, I get it. You want, like, somebody who's just, like, focused on the job.
Like, you see him interact with Peter B, and it's like, you know, he's just like, Peter B is one of the best guys he knows.
He's so mad about it, too.
And that pisses him off.
He's furious about it, that, like, Peter B is, like, one of the best. He's just like, oh, goddamn.
The most competent Spider-Man he knows is Peter B.
Yeah, unfortunately. And he's just like, oh, no.
I just got to put up with this every single day.
For the rest of my life. And then he goes, oh, no. Yeah, sorry.
Not even his AI is sympathetic to him.
No,
not even Lila can cut him some slack.
No, and the thing is, like, he's beefing with a 15-year-old, so I get it.
Yeah.
However, he is very tall and very broad-shouldered. So, who's to say whether or not Miguel O'Hara is a good guy or not? You know what I mean?
They knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah,
when they designed Miguel O'Hara.
Oh, they were on fire with that character design. Like, damn, good for you guys. They were like, we gotta find. They're like, he's a huge asshole. What do we do to make him sympathetic? I got it.
We're gonna give him hot. We're gonna give him 6-foot shoulders and a tight ass.
That's it, and just like the most triangular body shape you've ever seen in your entire life, and it just terminates in this teeny tiny little waist. And they're like, we did it. We unlocked the code. You don't have to have your characters don't need to be sympathetic anymore. It's like, oh, great, that's nice. So yeah, fucking Spider-Man. It's good.
Spider-Man.
You should see Spider-Man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Did you do anything else?
No, nothing of note. I mean,
okay.
I've just been flailing through Final Fantasy XIV. You know how
I'll go through my stuff. I have just bits and pieces here. I did, obviously more Tears of the Kingdom. We'll talk about that later. Street Fighter 6. Speaking of fantastic visuals.
Oh yeah,
I've been playing some Street
character
Fighter 6.
designs.
Yeah, it's good. I've mostly just played the story mode. The creative character is really fun, actually.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it. It's obviously super dynamic. The only flaw I think it really has is that it doesn't have much in the way of hairstyles.
Yeah.
And the sliders, for the face, don't go nearly as far as Fallout 4's does.
Yeah, the thing is, Fallout 4 is still the GOAT.
It's still it's one of the best overall character designers is Street Fighter 6, but if you really want to get to the minutia of it,
yeah,
it's a little bit. You can make freaks all day, every day.
Sure, of course.
But if you really want to carve a legitimate character that looks good, standing alongside Luke and Chun-Li, it's a little tough. It's a little tricky.
Sure.
But it is still very robust. You get a lot of cool options with it. What they do is you only have one save slot for it.
Okay.
But what you can do is you can store as many designs. You have 7 bookmark slots. And you can just go to an in-game shop and use in-game currency to change your appearance at any time.
Nice.
So all of your characters growth goes into one character slot, but you can change their appearance whenever you want and even rename them. So you can technically have 7 characters. You just have to pay 1,000 bison dollars to switch.
And bison bucks are easy to acquire.
Yeah, you fight guys in the street and get them. Yeah.
Oh, okay then. It's fine.
Yeah. It does a really cool thing where you pick a character's basic fighting style. You can pick Chun-Li's or Luke's or Ryu's or whoever, and then you can select their moves, but they don't have to match.
Oh, fun.
So if you like Chun-Li's fireball, but you don't like her combat style, you can pick Ryu's fighting style and Chun-Li's fireball.
Okay.
So his standard moves will be Ryu, but the specials will be Chun-Li's. So it's really cool that way, because you can really customize and get something that's you're comfortable with. You aren't locked into emulating one character.
Right.
Kind of like how Soul Calibur does it, where you are just playing as that character, but they look different.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
The way they balance it is really interesting though, because I think the story mode is locked into modern. Which the difference between modern and classic is obviously motions, quarter circles, charges and whatnot.
Sure.
Whereas modern is instead of light punch, light kick, heavy kick, you have light attack, medium attack, heavy attack.
Okay.
And then you have a button for special.
Okay.
And specials are just directional inputs. Standing, forward, back, up, down. You have a slot for each of those.
Okay.
So the way they balance it though is that if the classic move, you can only add moves to your slot as long as they don't use the same classic input.
Okay.
So like you can't have you can't have Ryu's quarter circle forward and Ken's quarter circle forward.
Okay.
On the same on your moveset.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Okay.
So you can't just have 5 Hadokens.
Okay.
Stocked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So it balances it that way so that you are forced to actually kind of play like you are a legitimate character.
Right.
Because they really did a good job of balancing modern and classic controls to be if you play modern, you can go up against people who play classic.
Right. Yeah, and of course. It's not like you're just going to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you won't be at a disadvantage. They won't be at a disadvantage. It's balanced in that way. So it's very clever. I would like to, once I finish the story mode, get into actual doing matches. But I am having fun just getting into fights in the streets of Metro City. And,
doing Yakuza shit. Yeah,
running around and talking to Street Fighter characters. The weirdest thing that I'm not used to about it is that, it is kind of like Xenoverse, where it's you run around and, learn your moves from the characters.
Yeah. It's
weird to see these Street Fighter characters being treated like in-universe celebrities. Ryu is, on a poster.
Oh, that's funny.
Advertising. And it's yeah, I guess. I mean, he does win a lot of tournaments, and Zangief is a professional wrestler. That does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, they're all professional fighters, so
they are
that makes sense.
They are kind of notable in that regard. People would recognize them, I guess. But it's still striking to see Ryu advertising energy drinks on a billboard.
Well, everybody's gotta eat.
Yeah.
I guess you can't be your cool hobo self forever.
Yeah. It's just funny because the bits of lore is that no, Ryu has money. And if he needs money, his best friend is a billionaire.
Yeah, of course. Right.
But he just prefers to go barefoot and walk everywhere. That's just what he likes to do. He's he has a win quote in one of the games where he's "Oh, I can certainly afford shoes. I just think going barefoot is more comfortable."
Honestly, go off, King.
Yeah, no, he lives his life. If he has to cross an ocean, he calls Ken and asks him to buy a plane ticket for him.
Hey Ken, can you please help me get a lift? It's yeah, bro, no problem.
Yeah, but any other time he's no, I'll just walk. I don't know.
I can just walk. It's fine. I can hitchhike. Who's gonna mug me? Nobody.
Akuma sells fruit.
Good for him.
If he needs cash, he'll just set up a stand in the middle of the street and sell fruit to villagers. He does his thing. But no, it is good. Luke is a great character. I've come fully around on Luke. He's just a Chad.
Sure.
The positive version of Chad.
Sure, like a good guy who's also just a dumb Chad.
Yeah.
Good. I'm cool with that.
Just a total meathead. It's so weird going from Metal Gear Solid being PMCs are a blight on humanity and should be eliminated, to Luke be "What's up, bro? I'm a PMC. That means I go around and I protect people."
It's oh no.
Well, I wouldn't expect.
What has changed?
I wouldn't expect Street Fighter to really go into the minutia
of the war economy,
the problems with the war economy, but it's still a weird transition to make.
Sure, you're really pivoting super hard between conversation subjects. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's cool.
But no, it's a great fighting game. I'm very excited to play more of it. Mm-hmm. I also watched Rise of the Beasts. Melissa and I did a 2 matinee day where we saw Spider-Verse and Rise of the Beasts at the same time.
Yeah. That's a no offense. That's a bad matchup for Rise of the Beasts.
And that's not fair to Rise of the Beasts.
No, it's not. But also
that's you might be pretty good at karate in your neighborhood. But you can't step into an MMA ring.
No,
that's just not fair.
No,
but it was good. it was a lot more Transformers than Bumblebee was. In which Bumblebee is kind of like, it's a Transformers 80s film about a kid finds an alien and learns a lesson about, friendship.
Sure. Falls in love with a big robot, yeah. And
then Bumblebee, they fight two robots in a quarry. Rise of the Beast is the Autobots are fighting a big bad guy.
Right.
And Optimus Prime is there to shoot his gun and swing his axe at bad guys.
Right.
And it was good. It was surprisingly. I was impressed with how good it was. The new human characters are also really well done.
Okay.
Noel is a great character. Him and Mirage are fantastic.
Oh, good.
The Maximals are also really, really well done. They kind of imply that they are also from the future, but don't really go into it. Because they imply that Optimus Primal is named himself after the great hero Optimus Prime, and Prime's like, what?
Huh.
Wait, what?
Interesting. Okay.
And it ends on a pretty good hook for like, when we do the next one, it'll be like, ooh, look what we can do now.
Okay.
Yeah, really good. Unicron is a giant planet that sucks up the other planets.
Sure. Well, what the fuck else do you want?
They recreate the opening of the 86 movie where like he's literally like sucking up chunks of the planet.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you don't need to pop up and see it in theaters, but when it comes out, we can get together and watch it. It'll be fun.
Sure.
It's a good group watch.
Yeah, I'll watch it when it's like on streaming or something,
Yeah.
like I just probably won't spend, it's like, yeah, I can spend money to see it in theaters, or I can see Spider-Verse again.
Yeah, which is
and
worth
I know what
seeing
I'm
part.
doing.
Yeah.
So.
And then I read 2 comics.
Okay.
I started reading Spider-Man 2099.
Okay.
Because I was inspired.
What do you think about it?
It is better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's good. How nice.
I was expecting some schlock, and instead it turns out to be pretty good.
Well, there you go.
I'm very happy to say that the only thing they changed about Lila is that she's wearing a big fur coat and glasses instead of looking like Marilyn Monroe.
Great. I love that.
Her personality is exactly the same.
Just giving Miguel a hard time. Yes. Fantastic.
It is very interesting because they fought the urge to just they fought, how Batman Beyond is really good because it's not here's Clayface of the future, here's Riddler of the future.
Yeah.
They did that for 2099, and I'm impressed with them for restraining themselves.
Okay.
Like
nice.
There's a few, like there's a Vulture and there's a Venom, but like beyond that, like there are
all new villains.
They're all new characters, all new villains. They're retreading old territory. It's a lot more expanded outward than I thought it was going to be.
How nice.
Yeah. And then I read another comic, which is really interesting. It's a mini series, like 5-ish issues. The first one just came out. And it's kind of like your basic, like, 2 soldiers on opposite sides of the war get stranded and have to rely on each other to survive kind of thing. It's 2 aliens who their ships, they're in a dogfight, their ships crash on a abandoned planet. And they're both wearing spacesuits and helmets, so they can't see each other's faces, and they don't give each other's names right away, and they're like working together to try to fix one of their ships so that they can leave, and there's a lot of that distrust and back and forth, but it's all really well written, like dynamics between them, and it's always like a fun premise. So in the first issue, like it's them, they're trying to like, scrap one ship to use that to fix the other one. And they end up overloading the engine, and it blows up, basically.
Right.
And tensions were already high, and this is kind of like the severing point for them. So one of them storms off, and they miraculously find a derelict ship that is like ancient. Okay. Like it's like half buried in the rubble.
Okay.
So they're going to they're going to try to reactivate it. It looks like it's in well-maintained condition. They're going to try to reactivate it and get it back online. They give it a little bit of juice. And then the ship transforms into Jetfire.
What?
And Jetfire realizes he's been offline for millennia and flies off to Cybertron.
What?
And it's a Transformers comic.
I was waiting for the hook. I was like, okay, what is the deal, I guess, with like this prologue of his? Because like I know this is building to something, but I wasn't expecting it to be a Transformers comic. Okay.
And it is called Void Rivals. It is a 5-part miniseries designed to introduce the new Transformers line.
That's right. They're starting a new Transformers line.
Written by Robert Kirkman.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Walking Dead Invincible Robert Kirkman is now writing the Transformers series.
Okay.
And here's the crazy thing about Void Rivals, by the way.
Uh-huh.
The camera doesn't follow Jetfire.
It stays with the guys?
It stays on the planet.
Oh, great!
It's like, okay.
Sure.
You feel really strongly about this premise.
You are very, very confident, Mr. Kirkman. I see.
And the comic is not called Transformers. It's called Void Rivals.
Yeah.
So the fact that it turns into a Transformers series, like,
is insane.
Like, I love this new trend of not revealing you're a Transformers product until like 75% of the way in.
No, I think that's really funny. I love this. Yeah, that's great. Because like I knew you were leading to something with like this build up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but what is it though?
But what is it? Yeah.
That rules. That owns. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's. Okay. I'm in. I'll let's see where this is going.
I'm really interested about Bob Kirkman doing a fucking Transformers run. I'm really interested. So who got the Transformers license?
Image. Image has it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Which is weird because Marvel is putting out all those re-releases of like their old Hasbro licenses.
Yeah.
Like ROM and some other stuff. Like they're putting out like the big collection. So I thought Marvel got it.
Yeah.
But I guess not.
No. Okay. Well, I mean, it could be good. I hope it's good.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Bob Kirkman.
Good. That's true. Exactly. I want Bob Kirkman to make a good Transformers comic.
And
I have simple dreams.
The simple fact that Jetfire says that it's been like millennia since he's been on Cybertron means that they'll be on Earth.
Right.
Which is good, because that's where they should be.
That's where they should be.
You know, IDW2.
Oh.
You can't do
IDW.
Pre-war for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't work. Because we don't care yet.
The thing is, we have to care first.
The thing is, Autobots wage their battles against the evil forces of the Decepticons. That needs to be part of the thing.
That's gotta start. It's gotta start that way. Oh, Lord.
So, yeah, no, very, very good hook and reveal. Really cool to see that. I would love a movie that doesn't reveal that it's a Transformers movie until, like, an hour in.
Oh, it'd be so funny, right?
That would be amazing. But okay, that's about it. Let's talk about what's been happening.
Yeah, there's been a lot of news.
We got some stuff.
We got a lot of news to talk about now.
We do. Apple Vision Pro is Apple's new. Do you know the price?
Yeah. Yeah.
$3,499 AR headset.
3,000. 3,500 of God's own dollars on like the dumbest VR headset you've ever seen in your entire life.
350 big ones.
Like
3,500 smackaroos.
You could literally...
That's a car.
Yeah, I could get a halfway decent Jeep. Like an old Jeep for $3,500, right? Like
that's 2 months of my mortgage.
That would pay my rent for like 4 or 5 months. Like my rent is very low, is what I'm saying.
Who is buying a $3,500 AR set?
No, you could spend. So like, one of the nicer VR headsets on the market right now is the Steam one, because it has a lot of like finger recognition stuff, like because it's made to play Alex, right? It's made to show off Alex, so like it's very nice. That's $1,000.
And that's for a top quality VR headset. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. All right. It is a massive luxury product.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
This is not a VR headset, though.
No.
This is an AR headset. This is their upgrade of the Apple Watch. Yeah.
It's Google Glass, but like, and Google Glass looks really stupid looking, but at least Google Glass, you could like, it was like a prototype, and you could see how like potentially you could maybe put Google Glass just in like glasses or something, because it was it had like a very small, low profile. This fucking $3,500 monstrosity is basically an Oculus headset strapped to your front of your face, but it's only for AR. It's not for VR.
With a 2-hour battery life.
With a
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
They must think we're fucking stupid. Like they must think no.
This is not a thing where you sit down and immerse yourself into a world, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
like,
God, no.
People will spend thousands on VR setups, right? Mm-hmm. They'll spend thousands on Gran Turismo or Forza, like
seats. Big car seats. You really feel like you're driving the car, right?
This is not that. This is, you're going to be doing your computer work with this thing. You're going to wear this around the house like it's an Apple Watch.
It's so stupid.
Like, no.
Nobody's going to walk around with this giant fucking thing strapped to the front of their head. Like, right?
You're not going to wear this around town.
It is stunningly I'm really impressed, honestly, by how stupid it is. You know what I mean?
There are a lot of diehard Apple fans out there. I can't even imagine they're interested in this.
Oh, God, no. Right? Like, you have to be a fool at this point.
I can't think of a single person, unless you are stupid rich and so pretentious that you were going to film yourself wearing this thing. I don't
know who it's for. Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea who would buy one of these.
2 hour long battery.
2 hours!
Think about, again, going back to Google Glass, because this is like, you know, the only other like real AR headset that's kind of ever existed in the world. Like, it was meant to be worn out in public. Like,
yeah, it
was dorky looking, but it was low profile. It was meant to be worn out in public. So it had a long battery. It had like an 8 hour long battery life. It was ostensibly for like, you're going to wear this thing out in the real world and just have your fucking dorky ass, like, GPS directions right there over your eye, like a HUD, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that has some, but only 2 hours. You're supposed to wear this thing around your house, and then what? Like, charge it for another 2 hours before you can use it again?
Yeah.
Like who is this for? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know who this is for.
Stunning.
Yeah, no, it's dumb. It's very bad. It's literally just for rich people, and they'll probably sell like 5. So, you know.
Yeah. Which then they'll make a profit out of it. Because they sold 5 of them for $3,500.
Yeah, I'm sure it does not cost $3,500 to make those things. No, absolutely not.
Now with the 2-hour battery life, it doesn't.
No, God, no. It's stunning. It is stunning. It's really amazing. So.
Next, the FTC has fined Microsoft $20 million for illegally collecting children's personal data on Xbox.
Womp womp. This goes hand in hand with the fact that the FTC also filed to block the Activision Blizzard acquisition. We're never ever gonna run out of that news story. No. Literally ever.
Now,
yeah.
To be fair to Microsoft, in this particular instance, Microsoft has claimed this is a technical glitch in the process of signing up for Xbox Live.
I don't believe them. I think they are telling a lie. In which
the data, if you marked that you were under 13 years old when signing up for Xbox Live, you would need to collect more information from a parent figure.
Right.
And what was supposed to happen is that the parent's data would be preserved, and the child's data would get deleted from the servers, which didn't happen.
If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. So
now Xbox is saying that this was a mistake. Oh, okay. No. Sorry. Let me clarify. To be clear, this was according to them, it's if the account creation was started and then not finished.
I see.
Would hold on to the data then, because it would not hit the delete data trigger.
I feel like you should probably just have that happen automatically.
Yeah, I feel like maybe you put that step a little earlier in the process.
Yeah, you have that delete.
Or you set up a flag where it's like, hey, it's been a day since they started this process. Data go bye-bye.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of that data. Yeah, no. So suspicious. Sorry, Microsoft, I don't buy it.
Probably not, but there you go. So things keep getting worse for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Speaking of things getting worse, Croc HD is in development, says Argonaut founder Jez San.
What? I don't even know what Croc is.
Croc is a PlayStation game that was going to be a Yoshi game. And then Nintendo said, no, we're okay. And then Sony went, we'll take it. And they changed the character from Yoshi to a little crocodile that looks like Yoshi.
Okay.
It was not a very good platformer.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
But it was one of those things where it's like people latched onto it and convinced themselves it was good.
Yeah.
And it was one of those like, whatever happened to Croc?
It was one of those questions that didn't need it answered, but here we are.
It probably didn't need an answer. I think we were okay with Croc not existing anymore.
I think Croc had its time.
He looks like this.
Hold on.
So you can see how this used to be a Yoshi game.
Oh, I know what Croc is now, just looking at it. Okay, I see. Yeah, no.
So, we probably don't need Croc HD, but I guess they're doing it.
I guess we're doing it. Next.
Unfortunately, Croc was not at the Summer Game Fest.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen that train wreck.
But there was a lot at the Summer Game Fest.
There was a lot. Tell me you've pruned this list for just the big hits. Thank you.
Let's talk about Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, yeah.
They showed off gameplay for that.
I love Ed Boon traumatizing 3,500 underpaid employees for the worst jumping animation you've ever seen in your life.
It looks just as stiff and as as cracking as Mortal Kombat used to.
That's right.
I do think the cameo concept in practice is especially funny now.
Yeah.
Because they're just showing off like all these characters in their classic MK1 outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to see Stryker the way he looked back in the 90s. With his fucking backwards cap and like his mullet. I appreciate that. But yeah, it looks like the game is going to be about Liu Kang fixing Raiden's mistakes.
Thank God somebody is.
And yeah, just Mortal Kombat. There it is. They're doing the first one again.
We're remaking it again. It's like, okay, we
got more to do.
We gotta make it over and over again. All right then.
We saw Alan Wake 2.
Yep.
The gameplay for that looks like Alan Wake.
That sure is an Alan Wake game.
Why does Alan look like Keanu Reeves? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Because
Remedy saw John Wick and went, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm. What else was there? We saw, was this one? Yeah. Oh, we saw a new Prince of Persia.
Oh yeah, that little side-scroll Metroidvania thing.
Yeah, which looks pretty sick, honestly.
It looks pretty good, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'll take that. I think Prince of Persia is a pretty good fit for Metroidvania.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like those are two things that go. That's peanut butter and chocolate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah. We saw Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight, and they dragged Nicolas Cage on stage to talk about video games, and I
literally muted it after a while. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
He did a better job than Al Pacino did, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, well, Al Pacino is basically dead on his feet,
yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
I guess Henry Cavill didn't leave The Witcher?
I thought he did. I thought they got that Hemsworth fuck to replace him. One of the multifarious Hemsworths was supposed to replace him, and I guess not.
I guess not.
I guess Netflix shelled out a whole boatload of cash for him to be like, please don't go, and it worked.
He's like, oh, never mind.
I guess I'm staying with my big sexy body.
We saw John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
I just think we should let John Carpenter make video games. It's funny that like John Carpenter got involved with a video game and made a zombie video game like way past their prime, but also I think we should let him cook.
But apparently, from what I've read, John Carpenter loves squad-based zombie shooters.
That makes so much sense. Of course he would.
So like, this is the game he would want to make.
Extremely funny, man.
Yeah.
Just an absolute king.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks, once I knew that, I was like, oh, that looks pretty interesting now.
Hey, I mean, Back 4 Blood was not a good Left 4 Dead, so maybe this one will do it.
Maybe this one will be better.
Maybe we'll finally get one.
Let's see what else is on this list. Pal World. It got a trailer at the Summer Game Fest. Which I didn't think they could Okay. Nintendo is lawsuit happy. We know this, right? They will shut down anything. I think they are valid for if they sue Pal World, I think that's a legitimate claim.
The thing about Pal World is that, and Nintendo, is that one, Pal World is made by a scam company. And two, I don't like Nintendo. So I think this is a let them fight situation. That being said, having worked in licensing at all, Nintendo actually wouldn't have a case because, there is no actual plagiarism going on. I mean, yeah, the enemies look like Pokemon, but, looking like Pokemon is not a way to get you shut down because, the threshold of plagiarism is 20%, right? If you take something and change it by 20%, then they can't do anything. And since these are not actually Pokemon, they're just unique designs that look a whole lot like Pokemon, Nintendo couldn't do anything. That being said, this is not a real video game still.
This is definitely a scam to get money for nothing.
This is a scam video game made probably almost entirely out of like the models themselves were probably made in-house, but everything else is made out of like Unreal assets and shit. It's like that zombie game that, not like DayZ, there's another zombie game that was supposed to come out a few years ago and did come out and was trash and then was dropped by developer support like extremely quickly. There's like a whole cottage industry of games like that. And the thing is that like Pal World continues to get press because everybody just thinks it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it is just like blatant plagiarism.
Yeah,
or at least plagiarism adjacent. Like I said, it's not actually plagiarism.
I think some of these designs are, since they're basically are just recolored Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think they're playing with fire.
You could probably, I mean, if you put them in front of a judge, I don't know if you would be able to get away with it.
There's a statue that is just Lucario.
Yeah, I'd need to see myself because, like, I saw the Pal World trailer and my eyes glazed over because, again, like, it's kind of like that Aztec game that all of Twitter was buzzing about for a few days. That really tasteless Aztec game that, like, had a bunch of racists in the comments saying you should be allowed to side with the Spaniards, and then that made a lot of people like left adjacent people very angry, even though, like, I mean, use your brains. It's not a real video game.
Yeah, this is not coming out. You don't need to defend this. It doesn't exist.
You don't need not to defend it. You don't need to get mad about it because you're just giving it press to make money. Pal World is the same way. So as soon as I see it, my brain just kind of like shuts down. I think that company actually has like for real, like has made scam video games in the past where they just like throw something together. It's not really like a scam video game because a scam insinuates the real product is being made, but like, or that a real product is not being made, but like, so something does come out, but it's like a huge piece of shit. They never do any developer support afterwards. So like they're a shovelware company.
It's a poly station. It's a V.
Yeah.
Nintendo, Nintendo V.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's their whole thing. There's like I said, there's a whole like cottage industry of this stuff, and like a lot of that cottage industry is based around this idea of making the video game you always wanted and then like putting it out. It's a huge piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then Pal World is part of that. That developer has done that before. The Aztec game is like that. There's just shit ton. Like I said, there was some zombie game that was supposed to come out a couple years ago that was also that. It came out and had like maybe 3 months of post-launch support. Good God almighty, the vibration on this new phone is a lot. That just scared the living piss out of me. Okay. Anyways, it's not real. If it comes out, it will almost certainly run like dog shit, and we'll maybe get a single patch after it comes out. So, mostly shame on Jeff Keighley for even letting it get into Summer Games Fest, because it's a scam game.
Yeah, have some standards. You get that thing at the door.
Yeah, no, there is a dress code.
It clearly showed a fake ID. Okay, don't let it in.
Yeah, no, we're trying to class up the Summer Games Fest a little bit.
That was not Pikachu. Don't let him in. Sandland
getting a video game is fucking wild. Yeah,
that's good for Toriyama.
Good for Toriyama. He needs to have another video game come out.
He loves drawing weird gremlins and vehicles, and he loves doing concept art. Because he only has to draw it once.
He only has to draw it once. He never has to do the same drawing over and over again. A thing he notoriously hates. I think this game looks like fun. I like that. Like the main character is just like some old guy. Like I think that's funny.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. We saw Ever Crisis finally.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that it also has, like, new plot elements and is not just, like, an adaptation of the OG game. because there's like new characters and shit, like always.
Yeah.
Like every piece of the compilation always has to include new people. But it looks good. I like all the costumes. I see how they're gonna extract money from me very easily by putting Tifa in a cool outfit and being like, roll some Saint Quartz, moron. And I'll go, okay, I will. Okay, Papa, I'm going to give you money so I can put Tifa in a sexy outfit now.
Roll your materia pulls to get the good loot.
Do your fucking pulls, you swine. And I go, yeah, okay, I will. Are you gonna make the Turks playable? And they'll go, maybe. How much money you want to give us? I'll go, a lot. And then they'll put the Turks in the video game.
And then you see generic short-haired soldier man being like, I'll defeat you, Sephiroth!
No, you won't.
No,
who are you? No, you won't. I like that we get a little shot of young Sephiroth in there somewhere, so that's cool. I like seeing more of Sephiroth. I like my mans. What else?
Well, if you like Sephiroth.
Yeah, I know.
Well, then good news.
Good news.
Because he's rambling and ambling his way in.
He's all over the place in the fucking Rebirth trailer. That God bless Jeff Keighley. I was like falling asleep because like I don't care about Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. I don't, you know, like I was doing this whole fucking thing. I'm like, oh, I sleep. I don't care. Okay, Jeff Keighley, I'll see you next year so you can disappoint me at the Game Awards. Bye bye. And then at the very end, he's like, I am so honored to present this. I'm like, is it a Kojima game? No. It's not a Kojima game. It's fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth. Fuck you.
The return of the revenge of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
And I'm like, I'm listening. I sat up and I let them put the fucking slop in my trough and then I ate it all up and I said, never mind, Papa Keighley, you did good.
You were right.
You were right. This was based, actually.
I'm scared.
It's gonna be fat.
I'm scared of some of the things we're seeing here.
It's fine.
And I'm sure things will be okay.
Right?
I don't like that the trailer opened with everyone being unconscious, dead.
Yeah, I guess that's like an alternate timeline thing going on or something.
Like,
I don't know. I'm really like very interested in what the fuck is going on with this plot.
We theorized, like, when we were done with the first part, like, they've entered a new timeline, right? After they defeat the Whispers, they enter a new timeline.
Sure, yeah.
Where Avalanche is still alive and all that kind of stuff. So was the original version of Cloud, Tifa, Barret, and Aerith in Red dead? And then they are taking their place in the new timeline?
Maybe. Who knows?
What I'm kind of thinking is happening.
They like timeline hopped to like save this new timeline or something.
Yeah, and then Zack bursting into the church at the end of the Yuffie DLC is in the aftermath of that. Maybe. Everyone being dead because of the tornado?
Maybe. I don't know. It's a good way to make you feel insane, though. And
Sephiroth gaslighting?
Sephiroth saying he killed Tifa at the reactor, which, like, no, he didn't.
No.
Well, like, maybe he did.
But what if he did this time? And it's like, because we know she survived.
Right.
Like, him cutting her with the sword is not new. That happened.
That always happens, yeah. Anyway,
and it's explicitly Tifa. In the Japanese version, he says Tifa's name.
Yeah, we're not being cute and actually talking about Aerith. No, in the Japanese audio track of that trailer, like, he says Tifa. He says, I killed Tifa, and it's like, oh, okay.
Did you just not... What?
Huh? And maybe, so I'm worried.
Maybe that has something to do with why Elena has Tifa's face?
No, that's just because Nomura only knows how to draw one kind of face.
That's just because That's just because she's not done yet. They didn't finish.
No, that's not even why. It's literally that Nomura only knows how to draw one kind of female character. Like, we're lucky that Aerith and Yuffie, like, Elena doesn't get to have a unique face because Elena is like a secondary character. Like, Yuffie and Aerith and Tifa all have different faces because, like, they're the main girls, right? Like, no. Elena looks like that because they were like, we don't want to have to draw another, we don't want to design another pretty girl face, so we're not going.
We also, for the first time in history, get to see HD Bugenhagen.
Just a little baby peek at him, but I'm really happy.
And it turns out that he is not just a glowworm.
I really am.
He's actually a person.
I really was hoping they would just keep him looking like a glowworm, but I guess it's fine that Bugenhagen looks like a person now too.
Yeah, I guess we did need that, but
he does need like an actual character design. But it would have been funny if he was just a glowworm.
Yeah, I wish he still had like the big green ball underneath him.
Delighted that this appears to be an actual like semi-open world game. That's fun. It's probably like a Tales of like a modern Tales of thing where it's really big hallways between zones, but like they're probably big and have like shit to fight in them and stuff like that, so it's fine.
I mean the pacing and layout for Remake 1 was really good. I still would like a big open world map. I would like a little tiny cloud on a big map that you run around in, but
probably not going to get that.
We're not getting those again.
Those are never coming back.
But hey, Red 13's playable again.
Red 13 is finally playable. What else? I'm really curious about when this game is going to stop because they showed Junon. I was really excited to see Junon.
Yeah.
But I don't know when this game is going to stop, and I would like to know that. I need to know how many parts there are to this game.
They said 3.
Did they say it's only going to be 3 parts?
Yep, they said it was going to be 3.
Oh, wow. So then this game's got to go pretty far, unless they do something really fucking whack with the plot.
Yeah.
And we just go completely off the goddamn rails, which would be fun.
Which I have a feeling this is going to be the game that does that.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go real hardcore off the rails for sure.
I feel like we are going to... We didn't see Sid or Vincent at all.
Show me my boys. Show me my 2 scrunkly-ass boys, you bastards.
Which is interesting to me because
they're
not that far off from where we leave.
No, like there's a couple towns. I'm really excited. The big twist of the biggest twist, not just the Tifa thing, the biggest twist of the whole reveal is that bitch is gonna be on 2 discs.
That's the biggest fucking video game ever made.
It's a big fucking video game.
What do you mean 2 discs? I can't. Will it fit on my PS5? Do I need to buy an extra hard drive?
Dude, like, what am I gonna do? Do I have to get another solid state drive? Them shits is expensive for PS5s. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That kind of makes me think we're at least going to, like, if not to when Aerith dies, then, like, to pretty soon before that, and then things go off the rails. Like, I don't know. I feel like, much like the first game, the second part of the remake is going to be like 80% faithful with some like suggestions of weird shit going on. Like we're gonna go to Calm and we're gonna go to Junon and we're gonna go to Gold Saucer and all that stuff. And then like as soon as we hit like Temple of the Ancients, everything's gonna go fucking crazy.
Right. Because a lot of those areas, like Calm, Junon, even the Gold Saucer, depend on things that have already happened.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Like the Calm flashback is stuff that happens before shit went off the rails in the first game. Right.
Right.
All the stuff with Barrett's backstory.
Yeah.
That's all that is all set in stone because it's already happened. Right.
Right. Exactly.
Temple of the Ancients is when things can get weird.
That's when things can get fucky because Temple of the Ancients is itself in the original game kind of a fucky place.
Yeah, I feel like they have to end it after that because you can't put it off for another game. You can't. Yeah. You can't cut off right before Aerith's supposed to die. Again.
Yeah, you kind of have to end. You have to end with like Temple and City of the Ancients, right?
Right.
Like the Temple is where the black materia is introduced, and like that's where the whole concept of meteor fall is like first kind of planted into the story. And then we go to like the Bone Village and stuff like that, and the forest, and then you go to the City of the Ancients, and it's like, okay, we have to, like, from Temple all the way to when Aerith is supposed to die in City of the Ancients, like that chunk of game is when things can go like extremely off the fucking rails. If they're gonna go off the rails, that's when it happens, right? So I'm really excited to see what that means and what all of that entails. I need you to show me Sid and Vincent and what else. I need everything from this game. Thank you. Yes. I need it now. It also comes out early next year, which is like, fuck yeah, let's go. Another reason to live a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think it looks sick as shit.
Yeah, no, I'm salivating.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it as far as Summer Game Fest goes. The main
showcase. In terms of anything that I actually care
Everything
about.
Else is kind of like, the hit and miss, blah, 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 whatever stuff coming out. Did you watch the Devolver Direct?
No.
Okay. Very funny, like always. They introduced Volvi, which is everyone's favorite Devolver mascot that's been in every Devolver game ever made, obviously.
Yep, totally.
This year's gimmick was that they reinvented Volvi as Volve-E, which is an AI generator that spits out all of the games that they showed off.
Oh, nice.
Based on prompts from the audience.
Okay, cute.
Which then went berserk when it was connected to the internet, and the original creator of Volve needed to put it out of its misery.
Sure, as you do.
Very funny. The games they showed off were pretty cool.
Okay.
Baby Steps from the maker of Getting Over It by Bennett Foddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he made Quap too, yeah. So
yeah, he made Quap, yeah.
Baby Steps is like Quap.
Mm-hmm.
You play as a 35-year-old fail son who lives in his parents' basement.
Oh, nice.
Who gets transported to a magical world. And since he has not done a lot with his life, it's hard for him to walk.
So
you control...
This is Quap 2.
Yep, you control his feet.
Okay.
As you walk through a mystical realm and learn about yourself.
Another true walking sim.
Yes.
If you will, a Strand type video game. Hideo Kojima would be proud. This is This is another Strand type video game.
Yes.
Much like Death Stranding. Thank God Bennett Foddy has finally made the second Strand type video game.
The trailer makes the game look actually very interesting, and I might give this a shot. Human Fall Flat 2 is under construction. It's coming out eventually. They just announced it here. Talos Principle 2.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And finally, Wizard with a Gun.
Oh, nice.
Which is a isometric roguelike with 4-player co-op type thing. And
I assume, now I could be wrong, but I am assuming that you play a wizard with a gun.
Yes, you play as a cowboy, a little cartoon-looking cowboy wizard. Very Bastion in presentation. Okay. It actually looks pretty fun. I would maybe like to get the gang together and play it. It does look enjoyable. But that's a very short little show, but they always have something cool to show off.
Sure.
And the tale they tell is the real reason you watch the
real draw.
Devolver.
Yeah.
The Devolver show, yeah. Really weird they didn't make any like actual Volvi games.
Yeah, you would think we'd get one, but you know.
Yeah. And then we have a little bit of filler news between the other shows. We might talk this already, but yeah, Transformers and G.I. Joe titles coming to Image Comics and Skybound Entertainment. So they are doing away with the pretense at all and just making G.I. Joe and Transformers a shared universe straight out the gate.
Oh.
Like it's just G.I. Joe characters will be in the Transformers comics, and that's it.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, that actually just instantly killed all of my enthusiasm for this, but it's fine. I'm not a fan of that, because I don't care about G.I. Joe.
I don't really care about it either.
Yeah.
But it was pretty harmless when IDW did it, because they were just the military guys that Optimus hangs out with.
Sure.
They're G.I. Joe characters, though. That's about it, because I think everyone knows the real draw is Transformers and not G.I. Joe.
Does anybody actually give a shit about G.I. Joe in the year of our Lord 2023?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Only one of them gets good modern movies.
I think you are safe to go, hey, it's that Transformers character, and there's a military guy with like a weird bandana next to him.
Cool.
Must be a character.
Guess that's a guy. Yeah.
The only G.I. Joe characters anyone knows is Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander. Like, let's be real.
That's literally it, yeah.
What's the name of the main guy from G.I. Joe?
Duke.
Okay. Like, that's about it, though.
Revenge! Revenge for the Mega Man joke a bajillion years ago.
I bet if you asked anyone else, like, who's the main guy from G.I. Joe, they'd say G.I. Joe.
Just like how nobody knows the name of Mega Man's bird.
Right.
Revenge! It's been a long time coming, but I've been hoping for this day for so long.
I am genuinely surprised that you knew that.
Me of all people knew that the main guy from
like me and Mega Man, like you were rolling the dice on that one.
Sure, yeah,
because like I know a ton of dumb shit about 80s video games.
Sure, of course.
But I would not expect you to know more than 3 characters' names from a G.I. Joe.
I'll be real, I don't actually know why I know that the main character, G.I. Joe, is named Duke. I guess it's probably because I think it's funny that his name is Duke and he looks like Duke Nukem. Because he's like a blonde guy too, right? Mm-hmm. He's like a blonde military man, and so my brain are like, those are the same character, right? Like, yeah. Duke from G.I. Joe and Duke Nukem are the same character, even though I know they're not.
Right.
Like, so I suppose that's why my brain made those synaptic connections for some godforsaken reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still taking that W.
Right. No, that's fair. And yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone has to worry about, like, G.I. Joe characters overshadowing the Transformers characters.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to learn who any of them are, like, on a regular basis while reading my Transformers comics, I guess I'm okay.
Yeah, that will never happen in a million years.
As long as they're not, like, constantly in the Transformers comics, right?
Right. Like I said, when IDW did it with Optimus Prime and X-Rid, it was like, yeah, they're just the military guys that Optimus's team hangs out with, and you know them because they keep showing up.
Hangs out with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They weren't like, "Hey kids, look, it's your favorites."
It's your favorites, those guys from that thing you know, right? No, no.
Speaking of those guys from that thing we know, the Xbox showcase.
It was actually pretty solid.
It was pretty good.
They had some pretty good stuff in there. Not counting Starfield, which we'll get to.
We'll get to that, but there's some other stuff to cover first. Clockwork Revolution looks really good.
That is 100%. I'm calling it right here. Somebody else was real mad about BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Right?
No, this is we have BioShock at home, but good.
But it's good, exactly. It's not like we have BioShock at home. You know those YouTubers are like, you can make the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich at home for $20 cheaper, and also it'll taste better? Yeah. Right? It's that.
Yeah.
It's like,
but like
we made a
legit.
Big Mac at home, and it's way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I want McDonald's. No, we have prime rib at home.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
or at least I'm not excited because, like, I don't know anything about these developers.
Cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic, exactly. I'm no fool. I'm not gonna fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, as they say. And this is quite literally like the sternest example of that vis-a-vis BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
But I am cautiously optimistic about this game. It could be good. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna look at it when it comes out. And I'll be
That's
like,
right.
Are you good? You good? Okay. Well,
you good?
Are you good? All right, then. We'll go for it. We'll see what we got here. Wait, you know what? When the second trailer comes out,
then I'll be able to tell.
If this is gonna be like BioShock, we'll know by the second trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
Fable got shown off.
It's just a cinematic trailer.
Yeah,
it's
Fable.
Gameplay.
It's Fable. It's got Fable in it.
I'm, again, tentatively optimistic, hoping it's good, but Microsoft sure does love stepping in it these days. So,
yeah.
You know?
South of Midnight.
Well, I didn't see this one.
Looks really interesting. It is a Southern Punk animated like stop motion.
Oh, okay.
That it was just cinematic trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But the aesthetic in it is phenomenal.
Yeah, just saying that it's Southern Punk, I'm like, okay, I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm paying attention now.
I'll link the trailer. You can just kind of give it a glance.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Let me see.
Just kind of click through it a bit because it's just cinematic trailer, so you don't need to, there's nothing to pay attention to.
My phone still has its volume on.
Ooh.
I don't know how to use my phone yet. I'm like an old woman. Oh, okay.
Yeah, really.
Oh, yeah, I'll play this. Yeah, sure.
Looks
if it's set in Louisiana and like has all about like bayou shit and stuff like that, yeah. I'll give that a shot for sure.
Let's see what else. 33 Immortals looked interesting on the premise that it is a 33-player co-op game.
Oh, fun!
It's a top-down twin stick kind of style. Looks very simple mechanically, but that's because you have 33 players in it.
Sure, that makes sense, yeah.
We'll see. Let's see, what else here? We saw the reveal trailer, and boy was it revealing, for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Oh, yeah!
The first sign of a significant number of white people in a Yakuza game.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Which threw everyone off when the trailer started. We're like, what is this? And then like, there's a bunch of white people. Ryuga Gotoku Studios, what? They can't do that! And Ichiban wakes up in Hawaii, butt-ass naked.
You know what? Good for Ichiban. Take a vacation to Hawaii, buddy.
The framing of the trailer with the number of environmental sensors they use is
it's really good.
It's actually brilliant. Like it's phenomenal. Very clever placement of objects. We also saw a little bit later because they did like a Ryuga Gotoku thing to show off like Infinite Wealth and the man who gave up his name.
Right.
The Cosmic Kiryu spin-off one.
Yeah. So is that like a prequel or what?
It's set between 6 and 7.
Oh, okay.
It's going to tell what happened to Kiryu between that time period.
I see. Okay.
So they showed off a scene where Ichiban and Kiryu are talking, and apparently Ichiban proposed to Saiko, and she didn't take it well.
That's good.
which may have something to do with why he ends up butt naked on the shore of Hawaii.
Sure, that makes sense.
We'll see. Metaphor, Refantasio.
This is that fucking
from Sojima.
Yeah, the Hoshino game.
Yeah,
and
Hoshino game.
I'm so mad because like I don't like Hoshino, right? Like I think he's a hack, and I think like Persona 4s and 5 would be way better without his influence. Like even though I like those games, like again, he's a freak who says that men and women can't be friends, right?
Of course, yeah.
But unfortunately, the thing is, this looks like fire.
Unfortunately, it looks like Fire Emblem Persona even more than Tokyo Mirage Sessions looks like Fire Emblem Persona.
The thing is that Tokyo Mirage Session didn't look anything like Fire Emblem Persona. It just looked like Persona. This looks more like Fire Emblem Persona than like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. And the thing is that it looks extremely fucking sick, and I'm probably going to play it because I'm a fool.
And the thing is, the menus are so good.
The menus are so good. The monster designs are really fucked up. Like, shit. The problem is, I'm an idiot, and I am legally bound to let him cook because I played Persona 4 7 times.
The thing is, it's probably gonna be really, really good.
That's the problem, is that it's probably gonna be really, really good, and I'm gonna have to be like, God damn it. I'm gonna be stuck. You gotta let him cook. You have to let him cook. He made Persona 4. He made he made Graduation for Kanye West.
Yeah.
You know, those memes.
We don't have a choice.
That's the title card. It's going to be, he made Persona 4! So, unfortunately, I have no choice. I'm honor bound to taste whatever Hoshino is cooking. I'm not happy about it.
I just look at the menu HUD, and I'm like, all right, well, am I going to not play it? Like a fool?
What am I going to do? Not play this, like, extremely fire-looking shit? No, I have to.
Have you seen the menus in Strikers?
No, but I'm sure they're sick. Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Incredible.
I have no choice. I am obligate to look at some fucking cool-ass graphic design and play a game with some fucked up monsters in a fantasy setting. I'm sorry. So, I'm mad about it, though. I am mad about it.
I am very mad. Speaking of Hoshino and Soejima. P3R is real.
P3 remake. It's finally happening. It looks good.
We were the fools.
We were the fools. I'm Boo Boo the Fool. I'm still sad / mad that it doesn't have girl protagonists. So like there's a non-zero chance I just don't play it until they do that. Because I just like girl protagonists more. She gets actual social links with all of the party members and not just the girls. So imagine that. So yeah, but it's a P3 remake. That game desperately needed one, like even more than P4.
Yeah.
But it doesn't include the Fest content, and it doesn't include the Persona 3 portable content.
Well, no,
it's like
it includes the Fest content that is not the answer.
Oh, that's a shame. The answer sucks to play, but like it has a lot of good plot stuff going on in it.
Yeah. They've said they are going to revamp the social links, so they're probably just going to add the party member social links and like rearrange the others to do other things. All new voice cast.
Whole new voice cast, which is great.
The social links will be voiced, which is impressive.
They're fully voiced, which is really cool. So there's gonna be a lot of voice acting in this video game, which is fun. They're
revamping Tartarus to be better, which is good because it wasn't good. And yeah, it's P3. They're remaking P3. That's what you wanted, right?
That's what I wanted. The thing is that, like I said, P3 is a game that even more so than P4 has just aged really poorly. You can tell it was their first attempt at this type of a video game. As such a big departure from Persona 2. Don't come fucking get in my mentions and tell me, oh, Persona 2, fuck off. like this is their first attempt at like a new kind of thing, and you can tell because it's super rough in a lot of ways. It's still really good, but it's also very rough, and it's a game that like really needed that remake. Persona 4 doesn't need a remake.
No, it doesn't.
I stand by that one. That game is Persona 4 Golden is basically like immaculate, right?
Yeah, no,
like,
there's nothing to improve there. Like you're gonna like make it look like P5. Like it doesn't need that. It
doesn't need it. Its current visuals are extremely charming and kind of like I've said before, go along with what that game is about and where it's set. You kind of want it to look nostalgic and old, right? Because it's set in a nostalgic old town. Persona 3 is set in a city.
It needs to look like a PS2 game because PS2 is the most relevant console they would have in 2011 in that time, in that city.
Exactly. Exactly. Like you go to your grandma's house and for some reason she has a busted old PS2, like just laying around.
Yeah.
And that's what you play. That's why like that game has to look the way it looks. So yeah, no. But Persona 3 is set in a city, I think ostensibly in like a part of Tokyo even. So like it needs to look like Persona 5 because they're set in the same time or in the same place, just separated by several years. Like it needs to have that kind of modernization going on. I think it definitely deserves it. I'm excited for this video game. I would like for them to include the female protagonist, however.
I am genuinely more excited for Persona 5 Tactics, though.
I did not even watch that trailer.
It looks fun.
Okay.
I'm very interested in it. I like the new characters. Their designs are really nice. It looks like it's going to be a cool thing where like it's a society set in Mentos.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is interesting.
Cute, yeah.
Also, for the record, yeah, it is called Persona 5 Tactics, not Tactica, because the trailer that got leaked was the Spanish trailer. And that's why it's Tactic.
I like the name Tactica. I
kind of do too. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, this is cute. Like, it's got like a fun little different name. It's not just Persona 5 Tactics. I was like, because I mean, like the way Persona games are, like they're named things like fucking Dancing All Night, right? Or like
it was
Ultimax.
Royale, or like Persona, like in Japan, it's Persona 5 Scramble.
Yeah, and it's just like, I was just like, yeah, sure, Tactica. That's a great name. They should just go with that.
They should stick with just that. At this point,
change it and just go, everybody calls it Tactica.
Yeah, just stick with that.
Yeah.
And then, it looks enjoyable. I like the P5 cast a lot, and I'm excited to just hang out with them and do fun, goofy stuff with them again. Star Wars Outlaws actually looks kind of good.
The only thing I know about Star Wars Outlaws is that somebody was saying on Twitter that game looks like, because they saw like they saw the gameplay, and they're like, yeah, Star Wars looks good. It's got like that kind of 1970s-ish sort of old-fashioned feel. And then they said, you know what it reminds me of? The backdoor gameplay demo I saw of Beyond Good and Evil 2 back in 2015. And I went,
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's almost certainly what this game is.
Yeah.
Like,
this is...
I would not be surprised if the bones of Beyond Good and Evil 2 are what make this game.
You rearrange the letters of Star Wars Outlaws and it makes Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Somehow, yeah. No, like, I super buy this theory that, like, because, like, you have this game that you've dumped way too much money into that is, like, a prequel or a sequel to a niche action platformer that, like, everybody liked, but was not, like, a huge hit, right? Like, people like Beyond Good and Evil, but it didn't do, like, big numbers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you announced this sequel, and, like, development is a fucking clusterfuck because you don't know what direction to take the title, but you've already poured all these resources into it, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do with it?
You can't just change her jacket to blue and put a robot next to her.
And it's like, oh, okay. And I mean, I think it looks good. I think it's kind of a shame that it doesn't have a creative character because, like, that's free money.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's just free money, guys, to make an open world Star Wars game where you can make your own character is like...
Right.
congratulations, you unlocked the code to make infinite dollars. You know?
But
it looks good. I think it looks cool.
Yeah. That's about it for stuff on the Xbox. Let's talk about the thing that's on the Xbox.
The only thing that matters is all of this is cool. All of this is like fun, like Prelude stuff. Like, yeah, it's cute. It's great. Clockwork Revolution, fucking Persona, whatever. Who cares? Starfield!
Starfield looks so fucking good!
The thing is, what if Starfield is good, though? Right?
The thing is, it's probably going to be good. I'm not even going to say what if. I'm going to say it's probably going to be good.
I think it's probably going to be good, because the thing is that both of us have extremely low standards, guys. The thing is, Ben and I, we got baby brains. We're really stupid. We're extremely easy to please. The answer is, if it's just kind of like Fallout 4, but they put it in space, I'm happy.
Listen. Starfield is a revolutionary RPG right off the gate for one specific reason. And that is that you, as the protagonist in Starfield, in this open world RPG in the year 2023, can go home and talk to your parents.
That's correct. If you want to have living parents, then by God, you can have living parents.
Seriously want to ask you, when was the last time you played an RPG in which the protagonist had both parents still alive?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no.
When?
I couldn't tell you. I'm very enthusiastic about it. I love, like I said, this game is looking to be Fallout 4, but more.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that's all I need. That's all I need.
That's it.
That's it. I'm simple. I got a little brain. I got a teeny tiny little brain. And I'm easily pleased. You know?
They showed off all the customization options you have for yourself, for your space stations, for your ship.
You can take other people's ships if you're so inclined. You can have, I saw like in the UI, you can have up to 6 ships. You probably will be able to expand that like with money. So you can have multiple ships if you're so inclined.
You can go to different planets and they all have different aesthetics.
They have different aesthetics. They have different gravity. I will tell you this. They did announce that the game is locked at 30. Almost certainly because the physics are still tied to the FPS.
That's probably correct. And I think they're only locked 30 on the Xbox version.
Right.
I think the PC version can go up to 60.
Sure. But still, like, there's probably some physics fuckiness going on there.
Sarah, listen. We've been to downtown Boston. Okay.
I play Fallout 4 regularly and have a great time in downtown Boston with 20 frames a second just bebopping around.
20.
Hey, I've had it running at 20 before. I've had it running a smooth, buttery 20 frames a second in downtown Boston.
A smooth, frozen buttery 20 frames a second.
Yeah, trying to put cold butter on your toast. That's what my downtown Boston looks like, baby.
I don't like locked 30. I don't think that's going to be entirely accurate, but if it is, we've done worse.
If it can stay, listen, if it stays consistently 30 frames a second, whether I'm in space or in that one big fucking city they showed off, cool, fine. I'm happy. You know, it's fine. I just need the game, folks. I need the video game. I need it bad.
Hey, kids, do you like Elias Tufexis?
Yeah, good for him. I'm so excited. I just like, and then they tease space powers at the end of the trailer.
Let's fucking go with that.
They're teasing space powers. You're gonna build their shack building in space. Like, I'm sorry, folks.
Crazy. You know what? They took to heart in a way that is greater than any other game I've ever seen, the lack of backstory in Fallout 4. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, you didn't like us forcing you to like be a war vet or a lawyer in Fallout 4? Okay, you fucking pick it then if you're so goddamn smart.
You
so tell us smart. What you want to be.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited.
Not even in the New Vegas, like, well, there is no backstory, so you can make it whatever you want. It's like, no, you pick it. We got a list here.
Here's a bunch of fucking options you can pick to your heart's content. And I'm like, okay, I will. Thank you, Papa.
Again, do you want parents?
You want parents? Do you want the fanboy from Oblivion following you around? You can have him.
I don't care. That's the first one I'm picking.
I know.
Are you kidding me? That's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I am so... I mean, it's just like, I'm sorry, but like, this is a video game for me. There's a lot of people on the internet hating, talking shit, and I'm sorry. It's not a video game for you. It wasn't made for you. It was made specifically for me. So, that's a you problem. That's a problem where you need to look into your soul and deal with it, because I'm going to be happy.
Am I upgrading my PC so that I can run Starfield? Yes, I am.
I am really... The problem with my PC, and we've talked about this extensively in the Discord. By the way, join the Discord. It's a good way to learn. People will help you figure out how to upgrade your PC so you can play Starfield. Unfortunately, I got the bad news by talking about it that I would have to spend like $700 to adequately upgrade my PC to play Starfield. So I'm probably just going to buy an Xbox Series X for now.
Probably. It's a good idea.
I don't love that idea, but my options are spend $450 on a used Xbox Series X, which is fine. I'm not a snob. I'll spend that. Or I spend $700 to give my computer a marginal upgrade so it'll run Starfield, but then like if anything else that's good comes out in like 2 years, I'm just going to have to upgrade again.
Right.
Or I spend $1,000 that I do not have to do the big upgrade, right? Like that's the kind of the tiers of like upgrading pain that I have to go through. So I think for now I'm just going to subject myself to buying an Xbox Series X, and then sometime next year just do the big upgrade on the computer instead, right?
It's just the fucking meme of the kid eating the soup, and it's like, this costs a lot of money, but I'll do it for you, Starfield.
I'll do it for you, Todd. So, unfortunately, I'm so mad. Todd Howard keeps getting me. It pisses me off. I hate that he keeps winning. He can't keep getting away with it.
He keeps... Every time. I'm like...
It makes me so mad.
I'm like, no, it can't be that good. Then he shows stuff off, and I'm like, it probably isn't good.
It's probably that good, is the thing. It really pisses me off.
Has he ever really lied to us?
Yes, all of the time.
But has he, though? Yes,
he literally looked you in the face and said Fallout 4 just works, bro.
But didn't it, in the end?
No, it didn't! He lied to you, to your face. But the thing is that, listen, you're in the bargaining phase of grief right now. I'm in the acceptance phase where I'm like, he's probably lied a little bit in that Starfield trailer, but I don't care.
Sarah, I want you to open up Steam right now.
Uh-huh.
I want you to look at your library, and I want you to look at the hour count.
I don't want to talk about it, Ben.
And I want you to look me in the eye and tell me that Fallout 4 didn't just work.
No, because it doesn't just work. It runs like dog shit. We were just talking about how badly it runs in downtown Boston, and no matter what you do, you can't unfuck that. Like,
and yet, your hour count is 4 digits.
Listen, those two things are not mutually exclusive. I can say Fallout 4 does not just work, and also say, I love Fallout 4. Okay? Ben, can something be good even if nobody likes it?
Can a game... There's... Okay, so we've talked about how MGS4, like, it's impossible if MGS4 is a good or bad game.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout 4 is the same, but in like, the opposite parallel. In which, like... You know how in Tears of the Kingdom... The underground is like the map is like the topographical opposite of above ground. That's Fallout 4 and MGS4.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
But listen.
Oh god.
But listen, shut up. We're gonna have a bazillion planets to fly around in, and we're gonna find a bunch of procedurally generated garbage on like 99 or 999 of them.
Sure, exactly. But you know what?
And shut up. There's a big geometric object in space.
There's a big geometric object in space. It's probably going to give you space powers, right? So shut up. It's going to be good, though.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's fine. The thing is, folks, if you've listened this long to the podcast, it's still, I don't think people understand you and I's particular mania, right? I think sometimes, because people in the Discord, God love them, they'll still be like, yeah, but it's going to be busted and glitchy. I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care. They're going to say, well, it's not going to have a lot of depth. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, I need you to understand. Like, look into my soul. Would that I could open my heart to you so that you could understand. I don't care.
The thing that you need to understand, audience, is that Sarah and I, one of the pillars of our friendship
is Fallout 4.
Is Fallout 3.
That's true, actually. We actually started just talking because we were bonding over how much we like Fallout 3 together. Yeah, that's true. And
Fallout 3 is a garbage game that I'm never going to play again.
No, Fallout 3 sucks ass, but the thing is that in the time, I really liked it. And that's probably, there's like a 2% chance that that's what's going to happen to Fallout 4 as I play Starfield more. I'm eventually going to be like, well, Fallout 4 sucks ass, but I liked it at the time. But Starfield is good, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, but you got to understand, I don't care. Like, stop coming to me or stop posting at me like, well, Starfield, you know, Microsoft says that Starfield is going to be its least buggy game, and then somebody says, haha, sure. I don't care.
I don't care.
Like, at
I
this
don't
point,
give a shit.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be able to make my own character. I'm going to get to fly around in space. Is flying around in space going to suck ass and maybe give me motion sickness? Probably, but slightly less than the Outer Wilds because there won't be a shit ton of planets rotating. Like, those planets are not going anywhere.
No, it's a stationary object, and then you
fixed
fly
positions. Unlike the whole thing with the Outer Wilds is that there's a lot of moving going on constantly, and it made me go.
You have no frame of reference for it.
Yeah, no frame of reference. This is different in Starfield. You're gonna get to fly around in space. You're gonna customize your fucking ship. You're gonna hang out with some like little freaks. You got a robot that's like Tar from what's his name? Tar. I think his name was Tar from the Christopher Nolan movie Interstellar. I like that movie a lot. The thing is, I really like the movie Interstellar, and that's a movie that people don't like. And it also is like NASA core. So I'm gonna like Starfield.
Yeah. No, I mean, sorry. We're stunk. We've already made our choice.
But I mean, like, if Starfield is even like 0.5% better than Fallout 4, it's game of the year. Like, yeah, I know Tears of the Kingdom came out this year. I don't care.
Tears of the Kingdom doesn't let you go to space.
Tears of the Kingdom doesn't let you go to space. Tears of the Kingdom doesn't let me like make my own character and goof off with robots like that, like call you mean names and shit. Like, sorry, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like, you just need to, like, prepare yourself for end of the year where I just say Starfield wins everything. And it's going to make a lot of people mad, and I'm not going to care. I'm like, it's fine. You can get mad.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. None of this matters. Patreon.com/thegorge. Yeah, no, I can't wait. Everything about this. The only thing that makes me mad is that the version of the game that gives you the watch is $300. Because if it was even even $200, I'd probably buy it. If it was
$50 less, I would buy it.
But I can't, in good conscience, I can't spend $300 on a watch in a video game.
It's a really slick-looking watch is the thing.
It's a really slick-looking watch is the thing. I really, really like the Starfield controller. The thing is that, like, I really like NASA Punk, which is what they're calling it in this game. Like, their whole vibe, they're calling it NASA Punk. I really like that aesthetic a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
Doing a lot for me for this game. So, yeah. If the watch was $199 instead of $299, I would buy it. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to be immediately sold on Starfield because we were kind of like, they're kind of rushing it out the door, so maybe not. Like, no. It's gonna be fine. No matter what happens, I'm going to love it and play it. And you know what? I'm excited. Sorry, guys. Everyone's like, well, what about that time Jeff Gerstmann played Fallout 4 on PS4 and it made him so mad? I don't care. I'm not Jeff Gerstmann.
I'm not Jeff Gerstmann. You know what I had on? You know what what my Fallout 4 experience on PS4 was? Perfectly fine.
It was great. I enjoyed it.
Worked fine on my machine.
Yeah. Skill issue.
So, skill issue. Sorry, Gerstmann.
You didn't like Fallout? Skill issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the actual, I think that's the actual catchphrase of the Gorge, is you didn't like Fallout 4? Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
I guess I'm just built different.
Yeah, sorry, but it seems like Ben and I are made of sterner stuff than the rest of you motherfuckers. Yeah, so I'm extremely excited for Starfield. Every time I think about it, I get a little bit happier.
Yeah.
I'm really glad they didn't push it back to November, because if it had come out while I was like out of the country, I would be inconsolable. I would be like in front of Van Gogh's Starry Night and just be like, I would be playing Starfield now.
Starry Night, like Starfield.
Like Starry Field. You know, like, that's the problem.
They're like, Sara, I didn't think art could, bring you to tears like this. And you're like, it's not. I'm thinking about Todd Howard.
Todd, save me from this. I want to play your space game. Yeah. So I'm really happy as long as it just make sure it actually comes out in September. The problem is that if they push it back to October, I'll be fine. I know you will have a hard time.
I'm because we skipped over it, but like they also announced at the Summer Game Fest that Spider-Man 2's release date is October 20th.
My birthday.
Which I'm like, good. Starfield in September. Spider-Man is in October. I have a month buffer to
month buffer.
Rush through Starfield and consume 800 hours of it.
How many, just like sitting, like Googling, like how many hours can you play a video game in a day before you die? Right?
Yeah.
Like before you have a heart attack and die. When is Starfield's release date?
September 6th.
Hold on. September 6th?
Yes.
That's so close! What the fuck? I thought it was at the end of September. Shit. So September 6th is a Wednesday. Shit. There's a 200% chance I take that day and that Friday off from work.
Yeah. I'm thinking I might, if I can swing that, I might do the same.
I might do that because it's like, yeah, you don't understand.
It's Starfield, baby.
You don't understand. It's Starfield, baby. We're idiots.
It's fine.
But we're happy idiots. They say that ignorance is bliss, and Ben and I are two of the happiest people you've ever known when it comes to Starfield. So, yeah. Are we done?
Almost. We have two more things to cover.
Oh my god, Ben, it's been 2 hours.
I know. We have a regular news, which is Reddit goes down as communities protest wildly unpopular changes.
Yeah, that's extremely funny. I side with the Reddit nerds on this one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The decision sucks ass, but honestly, just more like in a very more nebulous stance. Like everybody's making fun of the Redditors for this because Redditors are cringe, right? And like that's fair. I hate Redditors like on a spiritual level. But at least those nerds are willing to like make a stand for their website that they like a whole lot, unlike like Twitter freaks who mostly just like cry and shit and piss themselves but then keep using it. Like, and I can't even like deny I'm part of those people, right?
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm still using Twitter even though I hate Elon Musk's guts. So like these fucking nerds have got more backbone than me.
Look, and it was also like, for one thing, legitimately, Reddit is one of the best sources to find information about something.
Unfortunately, the destruction of the internet means that Reddit has become like the best place to just find tech shit. Yeah,
to find like, how do I resolve this issue? Mm-hmm. Here's a guy telling you how to do it.
Yeah, I am personally responsible for like 3 or 4 of those threads on like Fallout mods, right? Uh-huh. Like I go on Fallout mods and I ask a question and then like it either gets resolved or I find the answer and then I come back and edit my original post to be like, okay, I found the answer. This is how you fix it, right? Yeah. And if Reddit goes away, then fuck, that shit goes away forever.
It was also just a joy to see the number of like watching in real time the subreddits that get locked down. Being like, our cream pie stands in solidarity with the Reddit boycott.
Yeah, it's really funny.
The funniest one was Chastity getting locked.
Well, they really are willing to make a stand.
They were like, Reddit protest, what?
Huh? What? Oh yeah, we're totally doing that. Yeah, for sure.
A lot of them are back up now, but a lot of them that I see that did come back up say, like, we're putting out polls like, do you want to stay locked down for the duration?
I know a lot of them are staying locked down for the duration. I know a lot of them are being forced back open. Yeah. By scummy administration actions and stuff. I know the mods of anti-work got messaged saying, like, if you don't open back up, we will take away your modding privileges and give it to somebody else. So,
And the whole thing is bullshit because they're like, we can't spend $1,000, like $10,000 a month to maintain the subreddit.
No, yeah, the guy who runs Apollo said, which is one of the third-party Reddit apps, said that Reddit wants something like $12 million a year from him. Like,
yeah, fucking no.
No, sorry, that's not happening. Eat shit.
So yeah, I definitely stand. I stand in solidarity with Reddit, with the
nerds. It's the only time it's ever gonna fucking happen. Trust me.
Not everyone can be like Tumblr, which just makes himself like unmonetizable by just being themselves.
Just by being themselves, yeah, by being like the most broken website on the face of the planet. But it's good. It's fine.
Listen, we've been shooting off rounds at night to keep the rent low for a while now.
And it works great.
It does work.
Like, the thing is, it works great. What you do is you go to your local, like to the social media of your choice, and you stand outside at night. You just fire the shotgun into the air a couple times, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody gets hurt because it's buckshot. Yeah. So the bullet doesn't come down on anybody. And yeah, that's what I recommend. You do that. That's what Tumblr does, and it works great for us.
Yeah. And then finally, the PC gaming show. There's only one thing I want to talk about at the PC game, because it was mostly just, it's a bunch of PC games, whatever.
Sure.
The only one that I want to talk about is Ebenezer in the Invisible World.
I did not see this.
It is a Metroidvania.
Uh-huh.
That is an anime Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
What?
You heard me.
I mean, yeah, I did. But what?
I'm gonna send you the trailer.
Please do, because I don't understand.
Ebenezer looks like Moriarty.
What in the fuck is this? No, I don't want to watch an ad. I need to watch this other ad for another video game. I don't care about Frontiers of Pandora. I need to watch the stupid, insane thing instead, YouTube. Because I didn't see this at all. What in God's name are you talking about? What? What? There's an anime girl. Why does he look like Fako Moriarty? What is going on? What? There's a rival character?
There's a rival?
With a sword?
Ebenezer Scrooge has a rival character.
This is just Castlevania. What the fuck? Okay.
I'm hooked.
I mean, I'm gonna play it. Yeah,
I'm gonna play it.
It comes out at Christmas, right? Like it has to come out at Christmas.
I would assume as much, right?
Does it say at the end?
There's no date.
There's no date at the end of the trailer. Shit, but it has to come out at Christmas because, like, otherwise it's even more like a bad decision.
Like what?
I'm so. Okay, sure. This goes hand in hand perfectly with Lies of P, right?
Yes.
The fucking Pinocchio Bloodborne like.
Yeah.
These are two of those video games are the same video game.
Yeah, they are back to back.
They are back to back. You play those as a double header and you will go insane. Sure, Ben. That's a great way to end the episode, is on fucking the Ebenezer Scrooge video game. Yeah, buddy, absolutely.
I'm so fucking hooked on the idea of, after A Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge now has to save Christmas.
Oh, he went completely in the opposite direction. He went he underwent his character arc, and he's now just like, he's like, I love Christmas so fucking much, I'm gonna save it.
He's like, I have to atone.
I must atone. And by saving Christmas, even my soul will be saved. Yeah, sure. You know what? Might as well. I'll probably fucking play it, because I like Bloodstained a lot. I like Castlevania. Sure.
What do you mean he has a fucking rival character?
He's got a fucking rival, and the guy looked cool as shit too. Is the thing. Like,
it's really cool.
It looks really cool. He's got an air dash, and you can dash through like walls and shit. It's like, all right, sure, okay.
You're summoning all kinds of spirits? Like, what?
You got spirits, and there's like horrible monsters and stuff. Fine, this might as well be happening. Adult life is so goddamn weird, right?
We might as well take advantage. This is why the public domain is so important.
That's correct.
Okay, because we're getting this now.
You know, like, for because nobody has any kind of creativity. Winnie the Pooh goes into public domain, and everybody's like, we should make it creepy. Yeah. For every one of the bad, creepy Winnie the Pooh adaptations, at least we get a Christmas Carol Metroidvania with really good art. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. This might as well be happening, sure.
This is what the public domain is for.
Yes.
Okay.
So
come back to me when you've got your Sherlock Holmes character action game. Okay?
God, I can't fucking wait. That sounds great, actually. All right, get us out of here.
All right, that'll be it.
What a way to end the fucking show.
Thank you to DJ Cutman, producer of background music. You can follow me on Twitter at thegorgepodcast. You can say at radioinactivity. You can email us at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. And hey, you can join our Discord.
Please join our Discord.
Do it. We have fun.
We have fun. We play Final Fantasy XIV together. We watch movies together. We talk a lot. It's a pretty active but fairly small Discord. Like, it's a good Discord to hang out in. People will happily answer your questions. We have, for some reason, we're a small board, but we have like so many fucking sub boards, because that's what happens.
We're talking a lot about Gundam right now. Some of us are going through Gundam series.
Talking about Gundam. We have a history board because we're all old. Yeah, you should join our Discord. It's a lot of fun. So yeah.
All right. That'll do it for us.
Fuck Hoshino.
Fuck Hoshino. Despite everything. Fuck Hoshino. I still think about, like, I'm gonna play the Fire Emblem looking game, but then I remember also he was the one who was like, no, we can't have Takemi look too cool. She's gotta be cute. All girls in Persona 5 have to be cute. And then I remember, I will always be a hater. Even if his game is good, I will die a hater for Hoshino. I'm sorry. Yep.
Like, that, I'm gonna carry that eternal flame for fucking ever, folks. So, fuck Hoshino.
It's really impressive that, like, the games are still as good as they are, despite having this, like, huge wedge in the gears.
Yeah, like, it's amazing that those games are still good. It's really a testament to just, like, everybody else who works on those games, because he's just the director, he's not the writer. But, like, it really is just a miracle that those games are still good, despite everything. Mm. Like, so, but, I mean, I hate that man. But unfortunately, I do think that the Persona Fire Emblem looking game is really cool looking. So I am going to play it. I am going to play it. I'm really mad about it, but I am going to play it. But, you know, good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.